Hello folks, we're back
Hi.
again, and we're reviewing Parks. Now, Parks is not a new game.
Nope.
It actually came out in 2019. But we've been enjoying it for a long time. We have a good time with this every time it comes off the shelf. So I guess that's a spoiler to the review. We did really like it.
Yeah.
In fact, most things on this channel I'm probably not going to discuss unless I liked it a little bit. I don't go out of my way to like really hate on something. If I receive it in the mail and it sucks or something, that's one thing.
Yeah.
This thing that we've had for years, we haven't bought any of the expansions. They're a little expensive. In fact, this game was a little expensive too.
Well, we bought Trayz.
But Trayz is not an expansion. That's
that's
a whole
right.
that's
That's
a whole
right.
different game.
Oops, that is.
But this this has a couple little expansions that honestly I avoided picking up because the insert for this is so perfect. It holds everything so perfectly. I didn't want to mess that up. I did see there was a guy online that kind of cut part of his insert off, and then everything still fit. Kind of got all the expansions and everything to fit nice. But anyway, putting the cart ahead of the horse. This is Parks. And what Parks is it's a game about visiting parks, and basically as you go through the parks you'll be gathering these resources which are represented by these wooden tokens. There's of course sunshine, there's trees, there's water, and then there are these wild tokens which are just different shapes of animals, but they kind of represent any of the tokens. They're literally a wild token.
Cats and bears and all sorts of good things in there.
Lots of interesting shapes. They're also like little photographs, so you can take photographs along the way, and they end up being points at the end of the game.
If you have the camera.
If you have the camera, you can take pictures, and they end up being 1 point. So at the beginning of the game, each person is issued 2 of these little calendar cards which give you secret objectives. So you'll have kind of something to go for as you're going for your parks and stuff. It gives
a way to get extra points.
Yeah, and it gives you a direction to go on. I think that the first time, especially you play any game like this, you're like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's like, but you can easily see with this one, there are all these parks that you can visit, and kind of your goal is to accumulate the experiences that lock in these things. That's conceptually, it's kind of a strange jump, isn't it?
Yeah, there are pictures and artwork of all sorts of different national parks here in the States. So it's pretty cool. Like even on the cover, you have the Great Smoky Mountains, which is near us. Actually, we're about 45 minutes away from there, if that far. So.
That's really neat too.
Yeah.
I love that. That this park that's represented on the artwork is, it's really close.
Yeah.
We can see it from our house.
Yes, we can.
There are a couple of elements to this game. One is this trail. So it doesn't start off as big as you see. This is the end of the game, and we've gathered these parks and added up the points. Holly beat me by a little bit. It actually was a little bit closer this time. Thank goodness.
Just 3 points. Just 3 points.
So in a turn on parks, you're going to have your 2 little characters here, and you'll be able to put them on any one of these things, and then do what it says. Like that says 2 suns, you'll be able to get 2 suns. Or if this one says a tree, and you put your guy on a tree, you get the tree.
Yeah, but they're hikers. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
so you're hiking through all these parks.
So they're little hikers, and putting these things in places that represent you having the experiences. And then if you have enough of those experiences, you can buy one of these parks. So you can either reserve them, so you can kind of take them out of the marketplace and put them sideways and pay for them with your experiences later, or you can straight up just get them. If you land on a particular spots, they'll let you do that. You can just take them out, pay the resources back to the wood bank or whatever these things are, these little logs, and then lock them in, and then you got points for the end of the game. So it's pretty simple.
Yeah, each park has its, depending on what resources are used, it gives you a number on each card, and that's how many resources or how many points at the end of the game that visiting that park's worth. And there is strategy to the game, because you do have to kind of pay attention to what you're landing on and what you're gathering and what parks what boards you meet, because you only have so many spaces to reserve or buy parks. And if you have more than 2 people, it gets harder and harder to do that.
Yep. You can't land on a spot that another person is on unless you have your campfire going. So you start off with your little campfire. And while it's burning, you can move on to a spot, and then you kind of extinguish your campfire. That'll come back into play once you get all the way to the end. Mm-hmm. Once one of your people has left the trail, you can flip your campfire back over and do that again. But with 2 players, it doesn't seem too crowded. But man, with 4 players, people are always in your way.
Oh yeah, but there's also these canteen cards, which is also another spot on the board. Actually, twice, and there's specialty cards too to earn canteens. But so these let you put a drop of water on each one, and you can do different activities. Like this one gets you a mountain, and then this one I was lucky enough to get in the game we played, that you could reserve a park, or you could trade one of your tokens in for a wild card, or a wild token, which is an animal. But that animals let you use it for any resource.
They end up being really similar to all these little different actions at the bottom of these little trail areas and stuff. But they're like a little extra one, and anytime you earn water, you can transfer that water onto one of these things and do the actions on them, and it really comes in handy during the game to be able to kind of build into your strategy, because it can be kind of hard, especially the first round or two, to get enough resources.
Oh, absolutely. And your gear cards that you can purchase as well with different amounts of sunshine, they also are a good way to help you accomplish goals when you're not getting enough resources that you need.
Yeah, like I had 2 of them that make the parks less expensive to purchase with your experiences.
I just had 1.
So I need 1 less tree experience and 1 less sun experience to make this happen, to make it go. So that was pretty neat.
Well, and I just so happened to get gear that was beneficial to my goal card, because it let me do 1 less mountain per park, and I was trying to get as many mountains as I could. So that helped me tremendously, and actually so did my canteen, because I was lucky enough to get one to gain more mountains that way. So that really all added up for me quite nicely.
Holly was definitely the mountain mama.
I was
of this particular game.
Yeah.
So I would say the production value on this is really nice. In retail, it costs about $50, which is kind of the higher. It's kind of a high price for a 4-player game that's so simple with the rules. Usually.
Yeah, but we play it a lot.
Yeah, I think that this has gotten a lot of play, and you can. I just saw it on eBay for $30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now it came out in 2019. You can find this on sale. This is a great easy game to pull out and play with your mom or people that don't play a whole lot. Not your mom, but other people. My mom, maybe. It's visually it's pretty. The concept is kind of tacked on to like the theme. It does feel like it's sort of pasted onto it, because you're paying for experiences to get parks, and we keep using the wrong terminology. Like, I'm buying this park for 4 sunshines.
Yeah, you're not really buying the parks; you're visiting them, and I guess that's your entrance fee. Yeah. Maybe that's a better term. But,
you haven't had quite enough wooden sunshine to qualify for ownership of this.
That's right.
But no, I get 1 less sunshine and I'm fine. It's all good. Yeah. So.
But gosh, the artwork is beautiful on all these cards, and being an artist myself, that. And in a graphic design major, not that I've used it, I'm totally attracted to packaging. I mean, bad. it sells me every time on things, and this just really got me. I had to have it.
I think this is the first time I heard of the brand Game Trayz, which is they're the company that makes these vacuum form trays, and it's just a beautiful custom rendition. And it's funny, if you get the base game, everything fits just perfectly back in the box. I think if you sleeved these cards and stuff, they would be too big and not fit in there. That's why I haven't. That's another. But
they don't really need to be sleeved.
There's not a ton of shuffling. Like, you're not shuffling every hand in this. You're going to shuffle some of these cards and stuff, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, and they're kind of coated to help stand up. You know, not to stand up physically, but to hold up wear and tear.
They don't feel like cheap cardboard or anything.
Substantial.
You know, one spilled soda can cause disaster to any game and stuff, but there's no way you'd be sleeving these pieces of cardboard and stuff like that. Yeah, one thing I don't like is it was made colorblind friendly, and I don't really like the player colors a whole lot. They're very pastel-y. That's literally my only critique. Is I don't like those, but maybe they help more folks play the game that they don't see in colors.
So that's nice.
So that's nice. I really, I think my favorite thing about the game, aside from all the cool trays and the way it packs away, and all the artwork and all that stuff, is I love the custom little meeples, or these, well, not meeples, but these little tokens in the shape of all the animals. They're
kind of meeple-y.
Yeah, well, they're wild, the wild tokens and stuff. And there's so many different animals. Every time I'm in here pulling these out, I'll find one that I haven't really noticed
before. What's that supposed to be?
That is a fish.
Oh, tropical fish.
It's like a...
It looked like a bear or something with this, or a bat.
It's
like
a ghost.
It swings out.
It's a ghost.
But totally a fish. Now that it's sideways.
It is a really fun game. Very easy to pick up, but and it plays quickly too. What does it say on the box here? 40 to 70 minutes. Yeah, that's definitely accurate.
Oh yeah.
70 minutes maybe with more players. Two people are definitely on the 40 to maybe even faster if you're really decisive. I guess towards the end of the game we were both like trying to figure out how to game the thing to squeeze out an extra point or two and stuff. So it gets a little slow towards the end, but it really it starts off quick. It's really easy to put this back on the shelf and then pull it out 6 months later and still know how to play it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, I've read all of the rule books to everything you see behind me, and it gets a little confusing after a while. In fact, the games, at this point, they're starting to really blend together because we're figuring out a new game every couple of days.
Yeah.
So I was excited to pull this out and play it. Holly always seems down for it. What do you think?
I love parks, so yes. And Toby likes it too.
Our cat likes it too, especially if we're feeding him. I think Parks is a really fun, entertaining game. It definitely holds up. 2019, what an old game.
It's only 4 years old.
2019 doesn't seem... It's funny, in the board game world, it's like these things... There's such an ocean of new games and stuff always coming in.
True.
This is a classic. This is a classic. This is an excellent gift to give to a mom or a good friend or something like that. It's very accessible. You can play this with kids. I think very young kids could probably play this too.
Yeah, for the most part. Well, very young, I don't know.
Not super young.
You know, middle school age.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Or preteen and stuff.
Yeah. But another good thing is that, you know, it all packs up in a box this size. So you can take it on vacation with you to the mountains. Play it on a picnic table.
I think the only thing I've added to this is a little neoprene mat, which was I found on sale at some point. I really like the neoprene mat. It's got a nice board that's basically the same thing. But, yep, that's about it.
I started to say, wasn't that a Kickstarter? But I guess it wasn't.
You know, no, I didn't buy this as a Kickstarter. I think it was, though. I think this was something that I had missed, and then I picked it up later. I can't remember for certain.
Well, I meant like an expansion kind of thing. No.
Well, yeah, mats are technically an expansion, I guess, but I got this at one of the local game shops.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those things where I went into a local game shop and I wanted to support them by spending some money, but I didn't really need any of this stuff. I was like, oh, look, a mat. I'll take it.
Sean's a sucker for mats.
Neoprene
Yeah.
and keen. I'm keen on neoprene.
That's one way to put it.
All right, folks. Well, I think I'm going to call it right there. If you like reviews, do you like board game reviews? I noticed you were watching one. If you'd like more, we've got more right here. And over here's something that the internet thinks you'll like. I don't know if I agree. Maybe you should click on it and let me know in the comments what you thought. Until next time, enjoy your games. We'll see you soon.
Bye.